Hello, I'm Simon Shale, General Manager and Company Director of VISY Packaging Thailand. VISY is the largest privately owned packaging company in the world, and here in Thailand we concentrate on barrier plastic packaging. VISY made its first move here into Thailand, and a decision was made in 2008. In 2009, we took on a greenfield site in Hemorrhage Industrial Estates. Our success in 2009, when we entered this market, was to maximise an opportunity in offering to partner them in helping with their expansion. Their produce was a baseline agricultural fruit line. Our technology and our advanced technology to actually be able to package that in shelf-stable packaging was of desire to them, and their market was growing. Our experience of being supported with the Thai BOI was tremendously positive, and in many ways the service they provided we put on a world-class service level. They actually guided us both in helping us with location, helping us on certain criteria for which we would receive support in terms of tax incentives to actually invest in Thailand. It was not our reason for coming to Thailand, but it made the transition and the decision to be here very, very easy. My advice for companies seeking to have a business case here in Thailand is actually to talk to the BOI. Talk to the BOI as early as possible and actually just ask for their assistance, ask them for the scope, and ask them to provide contacts and people that can help you look at location and look at incentives in different areas of the country where you can maximise both for the company and for the country. As a production company, the decision we made was very calculated for Thailand. We like Thailand because of its general infrastructure and road networks, very easy to get around. But what the decision we had to make was we needed an oil stream because our base product, which is polymer, is actually compounded off oil products. So we were aware of map to put being the entry point for all oils. At the same time, while we were going to service the local market, we actually felt that we at some point would indeed need to export out of Thailand. So we also then chose Lamshabang as the international port. If you draw a line across from Lamshabang, vertically north from map to put, that's where the cross is and that's where our factory was placed. As a manufacturing company, obviously what's important to us is logistics and infrastructure. So as well as location, the infrastructure that Thailand has on the road network is very positive. What's also good is we found that in the eastern seaboard industrial parks where we were, we actually had an abundance of logistics partners. And what that meant is it meant our freights, our logistics and our movements both around the country and to export was actually very, very simple and very well supported through direct competition on an international scale. Our position as a major company player and employer in Australia means that we have a large sector of that market. Our growth is relatively far more difficult to do in Australia, and the abundance of opportunity that Asia generates and represents is of a significant attraction to us. Culturally, it's significantly different. In Australia, the best comparison I can give you, by doing business with Australian companies as an Australian companies, through business you make friends. In Thailand, if you want to go into the domestic market, in Asia generally, you have to make friends before you do business. This means culturally you have to approach the market significantly different. One of the advantages we sought is by looking for global partners, we can actually use the best of both worlds. We can actually use the positive side of our network we've already established from an Australia and a Western culture and an established market, while at the same time we are opening up opportunities which, if we're prepared to invest in the relationships-wise, would actually give us a growth factor here in Asia. Due to our strategy as to partner global entities, to give VISY as a direct, true comparison of just the Thai market is a little bit more difficult. We have many small customers that have now evolved, but our preference of entry means that our backbone of our business is truly, truly international. A lot of the products that we actually make end up being exported once they're filled here in Thailand, and they're actually, majority of it's exported all the way across to the US, which means the business that VISY's accessed here through Thailand is a gateway to a truly global business. In terms of approaching the customers, we are very, very much integrated into VISY's global network. One of the keys that we've had to do here in Thailand is, in terms of our product development and our innovative engineers, we keep a cluster of those guys protected with the intellectual properties back in Australia. And what we've been able to do is we've been able to get a lot more dynamic traffic between the Thailand operation and the Australian operation to both maximise in the product development state, but also on customer experiences where we require some of our core intellectual expertise. So what it's meant is that we really have completely integrated what is a large-scale manufacturing operation here in Thailand, but then we're using a core of key engineers and marketing people that actually have got global links. I'm the only non-Thai in that business, and that business is very much self-sufficient. VISY's respect for the local community, we want to actually enforce that as a strong local power, and basically it's very well self-sustainable. What we've actually learned, and it's taken a lot of learning for us, is we actually have to learn to listen and slow down, and things are not always as quick as you would expect them to be in Australia. Sometimes decision and understanding takes longer. So my key advice for anybody wanting to come into Thailand as a workforce, you have to understand before you can be understood. And I think that was one of the big things that has taken a lot of time, and it's taken a number of years for us to start to have true relationships, both with the marketplace, the Thailand customers, and our employees.